we at?
We are at my new property. I'm closing on this bad boy in 1 hour. 4 units, right in town, Stroudsburg. I'm meeting with the fence guy right now because I want to throw a fence in this nice yard so I can bring my dog so he can run back and forth. My mom has a dog, she could run their dogs back and forth. I'm not going to talk about that. What's that?
More price is less in front.
Flats out front, yeah.
Yeah. It may not be any less.
Alright, Jared, how much do you think I am going to closing with? How much is it going to cost me to close on this property?
Let's see.
I got 4 units. 3 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 1 bedroom, 1 bedroom. 4,000 square feet. I paid $280,000 for this property.
It's a bit more than I thought it would be, but I'm not good with numbers. So.
Yeah, I know. Alright, so I have to bring $6,000 to closing, right? This is crazy, actually. $6,207 I have to bring to closing. $3,000 of these dollars are for an escrow repair because I did an FHA loan, so that's like kind of a federal housing administration association that you could put a lower down payment, so I only put 3.5% down. Now when you do a little residential loan like this, you are taxed with fees like crazy. So 280, let's just say 300, 369, that should be like a $10,000 down payment, but it was really like $30,000. I put the property under contract for $260,000. Then I told him, can you sign this listing contract of $20,000? So I added $20,000 to the purchase price. Told the bank I'm paying $280,000 for it. $6207 is what they told me to bring to closing. That's because all the tenants have security deposits, so that gets deducted from the closing sheet. And that deck is very, it's peeling, and that does not abide by FHA guidelines. So I needed to put $3,000 in escrow, so they make sure I repair that deck. So $6,200 minus $2,900, which is what I have to bring in escrow, which is included in this, is $3,300. I told you he paid me a $20,000 commission check. 16 of that 20 went to seller's assist, because that's the max allowed for FHA is seller's assist. So that means I have $4,000 left in my commission check. So I'm gonna go to closing with this check. I'm gonna get the $3,000 back because I'm gonna paint this deck for $500 to get it approved. So let's just add $500 back to that. And then as soon as we sign the papers, I'm getting a check for $4,000. So I'm getting paid $193 to buy this property. Ain't that some shit? And you know what? It's a bulletproof deal because I only had to rely on 2 tenants to pay all my bills. The market can crash up to 50% and I'm still okay. I'm not underwater. I didn't get the deal purchase price at a great price, but financially, like income approach, it makes total sense. And my plan was to subdivide. Look, let's go outside. My plan was to subdivide this, so this is all one piece of land. I was gonna cut it so then I can sell it off. I'll get the plans approved. I have to hire an engineer, go to the township, tell them it's a single family residential zoning. I want to build another. I was only planning on splitting it into 2s and building 2 more houses, right? And then I spoke to an engineer and he told me because I have a non-conforming use, single family zoning with a 4 unit on top of it, it's a non-conforming use. As long as I have my non-conforming use permit, I can build up to 100% on my lot of what I already have. So I can build another 4,000 square feet right here, which I'm gonna do because the bank will give me the money to do it as long as I show them pro forma, and I will never have a problem getting a tenant here. So this is about to become an 8-unit property, and I didn't even know it. I thought I was gonna sell this off and like just make another 30-40 grand on selling these pieces off, but I'm about to make this into an $850,000-$900,000 property, and I can't wait. There are only 17 buildable lots in this municipality. 17 buildable lots in the entire municipality, and I have one of them. That's crazy. I did not want this deal. It came to a point in this deal where I was like, the seller hated me because I was just stalling out the times, and it wasn't really a home run in my head. So I was like, I just bought Bethlehem. I'm doing fine there. I don't think I need this. I don't want it. It's not a home run. But something told me, like God spoke to me in some way. She gave me a sign. It's in front of you. Take what's in front of you. So I just said, let's roll. I did it. And then that's when I found out about this lot. And it's just like amazing. Great deal. Let's go close. All right, let's go. Let's go buy a piece of Stroudsburg, man. It's really cool to own a piece of Stroudsburg because I started here. I've been here forever. So to own a piece of Stroudsburg and make something ridiculous next door is very cool. Camera down for it. So I'm just going to talk to you guys real quick about how I bought this property and how I'm into this property with no money down. I'm actually being paid to buy this property. So on my closing statement, it says I had to bring about $3,500 to closing. Earlier I said 6,000 something. I thought it was 6,000. I got a check for 6,000, but the title company screwed something up with the rent, so it's actually $3,500 is what I have to bring to closing, and I am getting a check from my commission for $4,000. So I am literally being paid to close on this property. I did a 30-year fixed rate, 4.125% interest rate on the property, 30-year loan. I bought it for $280,000. Here's a trick that anybody can do. I have a client who he does not have a real estate license, but he gets paid at closings. The bank doesn't care. The bank doesn't care how much of a down payment you put on the property. They care that it appraises and how much they have to bring to the table. So I negotiated with this property right here. I'm gonna buy it for $260,000. 4 units, $260,000. Now I saw my closing costs were pretty astronomical, being that this lender has so many fees. My closing costs are astronomical, and I figured I might as well just get paid for a property that I'm buying. So I signed a listing contract that I will be paid a flat fee of $20,000. My closing costs $16,000. So KW Commercial gets a fee for $4,000. So I'm literally being paid $500 to close on this deal. And you guys can do the same thing too, just have it made out to yourself, not to a company. My client does it all the time. He gets paid for his closings. So that's about it. We're just sitting here waiting for the seller to sign the rest of the documents. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to the gym. Commercial closings take about 20 minutes. This residential shit, look at the freaking stack of papers that I need to sign. Look at this stack. Look at this stack of papers. I've been here for like 3 hours. I'm ready to go home. But you know what? Keystone Premier, Darlene at Keystone Premier, she's fantastic. Stu at Supreme Lending, he really got this done. It was actually a nightmare, this deal. It was a nightmare because I put the property under contract. I did my inspections. I told them the price is $260. I'm taking it as is. I just need to do inspections. Inspections came. I gave him a laundry list of things. He was motivated. He wanted to sell. He didn't like his partner. So he did everything. He did everything I asked for. And then the appraiser comes. We go up into the apartment and we got a hoarder. I'm gonna show that. I gotta send you that video. There was a hoarder in the apartment. I mean, like, it was disgusting. There was no floor. You couldn't see anything. So we couldn't continue with the appraisal. And then that delayed it for like 3 months because the seller couldn't get that tenant out because he's way too nice. And then after the 3 months, I was almost out of contract with the property in Bethlehem. So then I postponed this one. So he's yelling at me, oh, you gotta close now, you gotta close now. I can't believe you went and bought another deal. I've been waiting for you for like 3 months, but things are always on us and I take full responsibility for whatever, so whatever. I just kept on moving forward. He was threatening to take my security deposit. I mean, like, it was a war from beginning to the end. So that's just real estate, but we're here. We're closing. I got 4 units. We're at 8 units total. So each property right now is going to make me about $10,000 a year. So if I'm looking at $10,000 a year from each property I buy, I need 7 more properties until I'm like satisfied with my passive income. So that's about it, man. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I hope you guys go out and buy your 4 unit. Don't go buy a house. Don't buy a single family home. Buy yourself a 4 unit property. Live in one. Take out your rental expense. So you're living for free and you're getting paid on top of it. So I'm gonna live for free, and the other tenants are gonna pay my mortgage and leave me some income at the end of the year. And then I build this property and it's gonna be worth like close to $1 million. So that's my advice to you. Go buy yourself a FHA. Go buy yourself a 4 unit, use FHA financing. You probably won't have to bring any money to the table if you're as good as me. See ya. Oh man, messed up the date. Of course. Awesome. Thank you, Stu.
Great. Thank you, Robert. Pleasure working with you.
Alrighty. Okay, great.